Needless to say, Genshin Impact has a ton to offer. From the gigantic and growing open world, building unique characters, tons of bosses to fight, and hundreds of quests, there is so much to experience. And don't get me wrong, that is a huge positive, but its one downside is that new players often struggle with the sheer amount of everything to do. It's a good problem to have, but in this video, I'll be breaking down the top 5 mistakes that you should avoid making in Genshin Impact that may be hurting your experience or even ruining your account, as well as how you can overcome each of these challenges individually. Make sure to stay tuned, because making even one of these mistakes could end up damaging your account in the long run, especially number 4. The first mistake that you could be making on your account is not knowing how the game's combat system works. Are you struggling to do any sort of damage, or what even is an elemental reaction? How many elements are there? Don't worry, I've got you. Understanding how the elements work together is crucial in having a better experience playing this game. Basically, there are 7 elements in Genshin: Anemo, Geo, Electro, Dendro, Hydro, Pyro, and Cryo. Each element does their own thing, and the names are kind of self-explanatory for the most part. Each playable character in the game uses one of these elements. Unless you're playing as Traveler, then you can kind of just use any because he's an ancient god of some kind, probably cast down from the fake sky. Anyway, this isn't a lore video. If you're able to build a team with elements that work well together, you're gonna have a much easier time in combat, because most elements work together to form different elemental reactions, depending on what characters you have in your team and how their builds work. Now, I could go through and explain every single elemental reaction, but I don't think we have time for that in this video, and this chart from Genshin's fandom page explains it better anyway. Feel free to screenshot this. Based on what characters you have and how they work, form a team that both works well with elements and that you find enjoyable to play. Experiment with different character combinations and team compositions to figure out what fits your playstyle the best. Mistake number 2 that you might be making that is hurting your account is not maximizing your resources properly. Especially as a beginner, it's best if you don't waste what limited resources you have, like mob drops, character and weapon leveling materials, Mora, and so much more. The number one thing you can do to maximize your resources is to focus on leveling only the characters and weapons that you are using, preferably the good team you picked out in the first tip. You do not need to immediately level every new character that you get, especially if you don't plan on using them in your team right now. I suggest focusing the majority of your time and resources on leveling your main DPS character. That way you can be sure you'll make it through challenging content and boss fights. Spend your resin on getting materials for their leveling, talents, artifacts, and don't forget about their weapon. Prioritize your strongest couple of characters, and work on the rest when you hit the level cap for whatever your world level is. Repeat this process for each level cap, and make sure to upgrade their artifacts with higher level ones and ones with better substats over time. The third mistake that you could be making is not being subscribed. Yeah, Anyway, mistake number 3 is not taking advantage of Genshin's open world. Teyvat is huge, and there is so much you can get from just exploring the map. In every single region, there are endless chests to find, challenges to complete, and puzzles to solve. Each of these will reward you with resources and primogems, which you can use to level your current characters and wish for even more new ones. Exploring is 100% worth doing, and is even more fun in co-op. To find specific things, use Genshin's interactive maps to guide you through the world. You can also craft items in-game to help you with exploration, like the treasure compass for each region. Along with just exploring, you should also collect the oculi for each region and level up your statues. This will give you tons of primogems. You can craft items to help you find these as well. Also, by exploring, you'll automatically complete your daily commissions. Exploration gives you rewards no matter how you look at it, and if you don't explore your world, you're missing out on so much stuff. Mistake number 4, you're skipping quests. Yes, I know, some of them can be tedious, but quests are more than just a way to progress the story, and skipping them could be hurting your account in the long run. Quests offer super valuable rewards when you finish them, as well as unlock new areas and features of the game. Especially by doing Archon quests, you're going to be rewarded with tons of primogems, Mora, XP, and other resources that you can use to further progress your account and characters. Quests are one of the most valuable things you can do in the game, and if you don't do them, you're only hurting your own account by missing out on other rewards that you could be getting otherwise. And it depends on who you ask, but in my opinion, the story and lore of Genshin Impact is actually really interesting. It's one of my main reasons for playing the game. Each nation has such a unique story and characters, and it's really cool to see how each Archon quest plays out. On top of that, it adds a feeling to the game that you're actually progressing towards something and not just endlessly grinding and burning yourself out. And if you actually pay attention to the quests and dialogue, you'll learn so much more about the world and characters than you otherwise would. Getting rewarded in the process is a big bonus, and arguably those rewards are essential for your account. And finally, mistake number 5, you don't have to do everything alone. Especially as a beginner, don't be afraid to play in co-op if you have some friends to play with. Doing so will will make early games so much easier. You don't have to force yourself to struggle through difficult enemies and bosses that you don't have the right elements to fight yet. Experiencing the game with others can make it so much more fun as well. If you don't have any friends to play with though, feel free to join my Discord server, link in description. It's a tight-knit community and there are lots of people in there who would be willing to help you out with stuff in Genshin. Also, I'm planning on doing live streams where I help viewers live, so stay tuned for those. Along with this, and kind of a bonus tip, you do not have to rush through all the game's content. Genshin Impact is meant to be fun and it's meant to take time. You don't have to have everything done all at once. You're just gonna burn yourself out if you try. You're not behind on anything if you don't have top level characters and all the quests completed at once. Chill out, do what you have fun doing, and play with others if you enjoy doing that. There's no need to rush, just have fun. I hope this video helps. In this series, I'm taking Genshin Impact players from complete noob to pro, so check out this next video for more beginner tips.